kind of like a counterbalance. And then we did an overhead squat and overhead press, and it worked great.
Nice.
And it was all about, okay, now how do we, and when she actually stood up, and this was with a broomstick, she was talking about how sore and burning and rough it was just right below the rib cage on her back. And I was like, yeah, that's a main weakness. And besides your performance, because she would like to learn how to snatch, besides the performance of your overhead squat and your desire to perform as this optimal human being, this is a major concern for your low back pain moving forward as you age, because she's in her mid-20s, and like if we don't really shore up this weakness at the bottom of the rib cage, like this is going to become a low back tension, which is going to be misconstrued as a low back problem, but it's not. It's boob wink.
So I would go as far as to say then, beyond fixing it in training, even lifestyle factors, just overall keeping. I totally see it.
Especially when we zoomed in.
I see it. So I'm thinking even now lifestyle factors, like what does she do for a living? Is she further accentuating that pull from the bra line down just from by way of having larger breasts? And
oh yeah, right there, right on the bra line.
Yeah. And so I'm wondering, like, keeping postural integrity throughout the day, mobilizing by yourself. I mean, those are probably all important things, I would assume.
But I think the strength.
But the strength comes like, I mean, it has to be probably all inclusive. But the strength, I mean, that's going to be a big part of it. Well,
and the strength is tough because of how tense the traps are going to be just from resisting the larger breasts on a regular basis. So it's going to have to be almost like a 45-degree hyper holding a bar below you, like deadlift style.
Yeah.
I call it like 45-degree hyper deadlift style. So you load up like a curl bar or just a barbell, and you go down holding like super tense thoracic extension. You brace low, like you're holding hold a bar beneath you, not behind your back. So like a lot of times when we load 45-degree hyper, right, we do it behind the back, like squatting on the upper back. Instead, do it below, hold the bar beneath you, and let it go from the floor. So you 45-degree hyper down to the floor, pick it up with thoracic extension just to 180 degrees, and then lower, let the bar rest, and do it again. So it's basically a deadlift on a 45-degree bench.
Gotcha. Nice.
And so I think we're going to add some of those along with the squatting in between. But the overhead squat with not even the back squat, the overhead squat is going to be huge.
Yeah, I can see that.
But, I mean, we have to get her in position just to hold the bar so it becomes something beneficial and not something bad, because there's no way that the bra line...
Oop, I see it.
It's just so pronounced.
It's like obvious.
Whoops.
Oop, you can even see your elbow.
Yeah, it just breaks.
Yeah. That could be another new t-shirt tagline for you. It could be... preventing boob links since 2015. Coach Scott Frost.
So what do you think of this? Are you going to start looking for this?
I think I will, because I do have some women that do have larger breasts, and actually I think I saw this morning. Actually, yeah, I may have to reassess her because what it seemed like was just her pelvis tucking in. I did notice the same kind of pattern happening up in the mid to thoracic spine,
which I thought was secondary.
That's what I thought too.
I thought the thoracic was secondary to the lumbar, but her lumbar is so straight, and her mobility is now so good. I mean, she squats, glutes to boots, and no lumbar break.
I see it.
Yeah, and it's like, ooh, yeah. So I actually think that it's primary in this girl.
That's interesting.
So I think you should download Coach's Eye. You can just use the free. This is the free version.
Okay.
So just download the free version. You can buy the pro version for like $5 or whatever. But
this is nice.
But the free version is really sweet. So I think you should put her in slow mo and then zoom it in and see if you can see it.
Even seeing it from more of this perspective,
side angle?
so I can see what's happening here in the front of her chest. I can see, that whole bra line connected to the front. I mean, I see it. Big time.
And then when you go backward, you'll see the break.
Yeah. I'll definitely have to download this program, because I've been using my iPad to just...
It's on the iPad. It's actually even better on the iPad.
Yeah, I've been just using like the general
It's
camera.
what we use at Acceleration for all our sprint mechanics.
That's awesome.
We use the coach's eye, and then we break down all the
That's cool.
sprint mechanics.
I mean,
use the iPad.
Here's another testament to like how awesome technology is. It's like using it as a tool to optimize like human performance. Like how freaking cool is that?
Yeah.
And again, like you can either be a freaking slave to technology or you could be empowered by it. But anyway, that's cool. I'm glad we talked about the boob wink. It was quite a fascinating topic. I'm sure we could talk for hours about it if we really wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure our audience is already like, what the hell just happened? But as much as we do this for you guys, we also do this for us, which is why we don't ask for donations.
Yeah. Yeah.
But do you have anything else you want to hit on today? Like anything that...
I think the direction in which we took the topic today was perfect. I think it was amazing. It was cool to hear both myself when I was speaking and then hearing you, and it was just, again, so in sync to see us both grow from where we were. And I'm just glad to have these realizations and sharing them with you and share with all of you guys out there listening. I think it's cool to see us grow, and I think it's cool to hopefully one day be able to meet some of you guys and see you guys grow and maybe take from what we have to say and put it into your own spin, make your own remix. I think it's cool, and that's all I have to say. I think it's awesome.
I think next time I'll hit up. I did my second Prolo treatment, which we'll talk about that. It's kind of my my attempt at seeing if it's possible to regrow collagen and stimulate kind of regenerative medicine without kind of allowing my knees to descend. But I've embraced, if everyone listened last time, I've embraced wearing my tape at work and just being a whole coach. And it's actually been enhanced by the questions that I get and the interest in what can happen if you over rotate your patellas. So, but
one thing I would say, now that you mentioned that, I think there is a power to, like you said, honoring your patellas, right? And I've been doing open gyms here at Train Life Fit, and I think it's really cool to be able to just be a part of the community and be with my members doing the damn thing. And they can see me falter in things like, oh, like your back was curving there. And it's like awesome for them to catch it. I'm like, yes, you're learning. Like you're seeing it. You're seeing that I'm also a human being. I am bound to make errors. And the fact that you're catching it, that makes me like beyond happy. I'm glad to be imperfect with you, Yeah. Like that's cool.
Yeah. And I think that'll be a great topic to kind of touch on in the future. But I'll keep everyone updated about this type of therapy is maybe a possibility that you can use for yourself to really to kind of deal with some of the nagging long-term issues that you may have rung some bells that just can't be unrung with diet and sleep and lifestyle and optimizing all the things that we talk about, good movement, proper movement, strong force absorption with good hamstrings and things like that. So and anyway, so we are going to sign off today, but we will be back a little more regularly now that our lives are hopefully shaping out into this season 2.
See y'all next time, guys.
Leave us 5 stars on iTunes.